So if you play as much Call of Duty as I do, then you're always looking for the next big thing. And I think I found it. This is the GS Magna, which is the Desert Eagle variant of Modern Warfare 2. It is the standard 50 caliber handgun. What makes the GS Magna different than the GS 50 in the game, which is a Desert Eagle, is this is a full auto variant. So I could just imagine trying to shoot this in real life because the recoil on it is stupid insane. But because, as I said, I'm always looking for the next big thing, and because I've played this game for, I don't know, at least 1,000 hours this season, since this launch, Modern Warfare 2, across DMZ and Warzone and competitive and just dorking around, grinding shipment kind of stuff. Always looking for something fun and different to try. So I think I found it. I gotta say that just in general, dual pistols is always just kind of a funny build to me because they look kind of ridiculous running around, and just like the logistics of accurately aiming, the logistics of reloading, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But you're pretty much guaranteed to get some ridiculous firepower, and I would say that just a standard dual pistol loadout honestly rivals even like a center mass shotgun shot. And that's something I've always been frustrated with in Modern Warfare, because I feel like the shotgun should be that one-shot kill potential, and you usually have to tweak it a little bit with like the KV broadside, with like Dragon's Breath rounds, or some sort of like snub nose variant, because otherwise it's usually one or two shots, and in that time you could get taken out by definitely dual pistols. However, dual pistols are limited because a lot of them are not full auto variants. So you're basically clicking as fast as you can as a madman, which is funny in of itself. However, with the full auto variant, that gets thrown out the window. Then you add on an extended barrel, and you add on a silencer to get this kind of clicking, whooshing sound, and you're in for a show. Oh, and by the way, I also definitely, of course, had to do the extended mag, so I got 13 bullets in each hand. So a whopping 26 shots come out of this thing in record-breaking time. I mean, you could just watch my ammo meter at the bottom. Imagine, so 13 shots in each, and just look at how fast when I turn the corner and I spray. Look at how fast the bullets vanish. They're gone. At point blank range, this has to be the most ridiculous weapon in the game. I think it's better than the F-TAC Recon in terms of just pure bullet fire. It's definitely more powerful than a shotgun. And you, like I said, you really can't aim. There's no aiming here, especially with Akimbo guns, because you don't get iron sights, so you're 100% hip fire. But if you could get close to an enemy and you let it rip, you will win 100% of the time. And it's just so funny to watch them shoot because it just looks so ridiculous. So you can imagine me running around like a hyena in Shipment, just basically trying to broadside people who are sniping to get close, to get some pretty decent damage. The problem is, because you can't aim, there's a lot of times you're going to sling a lot of lead down range and not actually kill your target. And sometimes I don't even get an assist bonus, which is basically the indication to me that I haven't even actually hit anybody. But that's what makes it so much fun. I feel like if you were not using this as a primary weapon, as I am here, I feel like you would have a ton of fun using this as a close quarter secondary. I really like the Basilisk because it hits really, really hard as a secondary pistol. And I think a close, it varies between the Basilisk and this in terms of what's my favorite. But if you were playing for real and you pulled these things out in a close quarter gunfight where you and your opponent were frantically reloading to get that last shot, this is absolutely the weapon you need, no doubt about it. In terms of the way I'm playing, obviously your mileage will vary significantly. You're going to chew through ammo at a ridiculous speed. The reload time takes a very long time. It has absolutely no range whatsoever, but it sure is fun to play with. And menacing as it is, running through the center of Shipment, in through smoke, either shooting or getting ready to shoot, it is definitely a sight to be seen. And what makes it so funny is just the animation behind it. When the guns are recoiling, that's why I call it the wrist breaker, because I feel like there's no possible way you would be able to hold these like for any extended period of time. And to just show how powerfully inaccurate these are and how ridiculously funny they look when you're going full auto, I'm now going to focus on taking out a VTOL. And I do it. I mean, I do it. It takes a while. I'm guessing maybe like 20% of my shots. I'm guessing maybe like 20% of my shots hit. Just wait till I get it going. Look at those guns, man. Look at it. Doesn't even look right. Now, I am playing at 120 frames a second, but Twitch, I'm sure, dumbs it down to 60 frames a second. But you've got to imagine on 120 frame display, it looks like something out of Flash. Like I'm running really fast and I'm going to like vibrate through somebody's body. But, you know, listen, when you are up against an attack airplane, you know, look no further than these guys. Look at that. I got the 200 points for the Hunter. I wasn't a scrapper. That was the full thing. I got that. So this can take down airplanes. This is how menacing this weapon is. I've got to imagine in practical use in any range situation, it is a total waste of time. Now, the single variant, not the non-Akimbo version of this, is actually pretty good. I still prefer the Basilisk. I think it has significantly more recoil control and it still hits very, very hard. But if you're looking for kind of a mid-tier full auto pistol and you don't want the F-Tac like everybody else and you kind of want to stand out with a pretty menacing gun that has some pretty high penetrating power, you may want to look into this in a single variant. The GS50 in of itself is fun to play with. There's nothing wrong with just the stock GS50, the semi-auto variant. But there's just something about a full automatic handgun which is just so ridiculously funny to me. And yes, I do know they exist. But in a world in this game where everybody's running around with riot shields and dolphin diving and, you know, running around with knives or running around with ninja swords, amongst people fully kitted out with some of the most badass weaponry ever with, you know, massive, massive weapons, then just clearing through the smoke of the battlefield, there's me dressed like, you know, just think of Ghost running through a battlefield on like Shipment, 2 guns in his hands, screaming wildly, trying his hardest to make sure that these things are actually aiming forward, holding your arms out in front of you at arm's length, running around and just mowing down people and doing well. I mean, I think in this particular match, I want to say I broke even in kills and deaths, which for Shipment, honestly, is pretty darn good considering how sweaty some of the Shipment lobbies are. And I did spend a significant amount of time being a bozo taking on a VTOL. So you can imagine if I was playing a little more seriously, I'd probably be even better. I'll say that as this video starts to wrap up and this match wraps up, because of the triple-double going on this weekend, this is insanely easy to do. If you want to unlock this for yourself and harness, you know, unleash the raw power that is dual 50 cal handguns, all you have to do is unlock the GS50 and you have to get 30 headshots with it. You could also extract the case, but honestly, the way that some of those lobbies are, it's so difficult to do that. So I think you're better off just doing the headshot challenge. It took me 2 rounds to do, especially in Shipment. It's very, very easy. You could just camp in a corner, camp behind one of the open crates over by A or C, and just wait, and you'll get headshots very, very quickly. Shockingly, I was surprised at how many headshots I got with this in the full auto mode. So I feel like the game is being a little more generous with headshots than they used to be, because I feel like I was typically aiming for like almost their belt line and then letting the recoil ride up. But your mileage may vary on unlocking it, but once you get it, I think you're going to have an absolute blast with it like I did. And it's definitely a fun gun to just try. Put it in your arsenal, load it up, you know, have it as a background, and impress your friends one time when you're playing DMZ and drop in with this bad boy and just see how they react as you run around like a hyena with some of the most insane weaponry ever. So there you guys have it. Today's video, just something funny and goofy. I thought you all appreciate that. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.